Asalamualikum, guys. Welcome back to Karna and Marna. This is you guys are watching Ramadan Radio, Ep-6. Today, we're going to be discussing the Ramadan differences in a Muslim country versus a non-Muslim country. So, obviously, we've both lived in a Muslim country or experienced, at least experienced Ramadan in a Muslim country, and we've also
Yeah,
we live in a non-Muslim country now. So, we wanted to talk about that, and we wanted to talk about how it differs, and yeah. So. How was your Ramadan in Pakistan? We talked about this a little bit, but briefly go over it.
yeah. I'll go over that just real quick. Checking in with you first. How's your Ramadan been for the past few days?
Yeah, how is it? Mine's been
Yeah,
pretty decent so far. It's been going pretty good. Today's our fifth day, and I think your guys' sixth day. But
yeah,
yeah, it's going good so far. How about you?
yeah. Same thing. It's going. I would say it's going much smoother than
Yeah, for sure.
previous years.
It is, and I think it's also because of like obviously no school, so we
Yeah,
don't get tired when we go home for school. But other than that, yeah, it's been pretty easy. Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
So yeah, if I were to talk about Ramadan in a Muslim country, right?
yeah,
So Ramadan in a Muslim country is it's as if the whole city is fasting and
yeah,
working at night, you know,
yeah.
which which by the way I don't fully support how
Yeah,
everyone just in Ramadan's not about flipping day and night when
yeah,
you
yeah,
work and that kind of stuff.
yeah.
I think people take advantage too much of being able to eat at night,
Okay,
and they do all of their like occupational work during the
yeah,
night instead
yeah.
of the day
Okay,
and just sleep throughout the whole day. I don't
yeah,
support
yeah.
that,
Obviously,
but and you know, but other than that, Muslim countries are really it's a really different experience.
yeah.
You can go to the masjid every prayer,
Every
and
prayer, yeah,
you can do iftar anywhere, anytime iftar's ready. At your
yeah,
cousin's house, at any masjid, at
yeah,
any third party location. It's
yeah.
really good that way. So what do you think about it?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna bounce off that. Like exactly the same thing, pretty much. Like, food everywhere. It's nice. Like
Yeah.
not seeing people like eat food in front of you, which is a big difference in
Hmm.
I guess non-Muslim country as opposed to a Muslim country. Like when you're walking in the streets, you might see like one person or a few people eating,
Yeah.
and that's maybe because they have like a reason for it, right? But
Yeah, but credit the non-Muslims
yeah,
for they are very diligent in
yeah, yeah,
terms of when they eat in front of us, and
yeah,
I've noticed that especially in teachers and students.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's
that's a
true.
really good thing, and that's
Yeah,
quite respectable
it is.
on their end.
I think we've like our culture has become pretty big in the Western countries and in non-Muslim countries. Like like obviously we're the fastest growing religion. I think that plays a big part in people knowing about our religion. So which I really like, because that way we can get our religion forward and whatnot. But yeah, Muslim country obviously like there's food everywhere, and obviously it's good not seeing people eat in front of you, and yeah, you can go pray every prayer you can go pray pretty easily. You can go by walk, and yeah, like as you said, cousins and friends and families, they're always having iftar, or well, they're going to have iftar, so they have food prepared, so which is good. So yeah,
Yeah, that's basically all the perks of doing it in a Muslim country. So,
yeah.
you want to tell me about some perks? Let's talk about some pros of doing it in a non-Muslim country.
Um, it's kind of tough because like the time's longer here too. So I mean, the pro, like honestly, I don't know.
But it's longer in specifically Canada.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
for sure.
in US where I live in Houston, Texas, it's much shorter. I mean, it's
Okay,
not much shorter, but it's like what a regular person would assume
you're right.
fasting is.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true. Yeah, I guess for me then, like in terms of in Canada or when you were here, like obviously it's much longer.
Yeah.
So that plays like I guess a con. But I mean, I think this is a pro. Like having like longer hours makes you eat less, so it's easier to lose weight. So I think that's a good thing about that's a pro about uh having it here. I think. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and other than that, like another pro is I think your friends learn, your colleagues and stuff, and your teachers and stuff, and they learn about our religion, which I really like, and it's good that you can spread your religion. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a really good point.
yeah,
You get to feel as if you are spreading what you were meant to spread,
yeah, yeah,
with this religion,
yeah,
and doing your task. It's much easier that way, especially.
yeah,
And you can give advice based on non-Islamic stuff too,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah,
morally what they would most likely accept.
yeah. Like I mean,
And
yeah. Go
yeah,
on.
yeah, what do you say?
I was saying that yeah, like obviously Christians have their way of fasting, so it's like it's nice, like I guess talking about the differences in your fasting and their fasting, so which is pretty cool. And yeah, like as you said, spreading your religion. Like last year, obviously it was in school, so I wore I wore a topi like during my classes and everything, like during school all the time. So it was like I just wanted to,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. I have it
I didn't
was.
know that.
I'll show
I
you.
didn't know that.
I'll show you
Yeah.
videos. It was very funny. Like obviously, like how much I am about like showing who I am and spreading who I am. So obviously, like since I had that on, people would know like I'm fasting, or people would know like I'm Muslim, and I guess and occasionally a person would ask, why are you wearing that, or how's your fast going, and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and that would like make me happy. So yeah,
That's really good, man.
yeah.
Uh, it's something that I need to improve on, but that's very, very good for you.
Yeah, no, obviously, like this, like I've always wanted to like show who I am, and I think just wearing that topi was, I think honestly, I liked it. It was really comfortable, and I don't know, like it was good. Just people asking me about stuff, so I liked it. I liked it. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So, before we go on any further, I'd like to get into the tip of the day.
yeah,
So,
that's
the
it.
tip of the day for today is uh, it has to do a lot with what one should do when Ramadan starts, and it's basically losing a bad habit.
Yeah,
Try to rid yourself of something you're addicted to, or something that you do to yourself on a daily or weekly basis that isn't serving you any good other than
yeah,
just fulfilling your needs for no
yeah,
reason.
yeah. No, that's
So
a good point. Yeah,
yeah, whether that be anything that harms you mentally, physically, it could be something simple as something on your phone, or you know these days it's smoking and drinking and that kind of stuff is very
yeah,
addictive.
yeah,
So if you can let that go for Ramadan, that's good. But if you can
yeah.
let it go for forever, in terms of however long you possibly can, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. Like
And
obviously for us, like for me especially, like even food can be addicting, and you know how much I
yeah,
eat. So this is like I think this is one of the reasons I like Ramadan. Like I get to ease down and tone down on my food addiction. And to be honest, like if I do it like compared to how much I eat, like I think it's really easy. It is just an addiction. I think it's really easy to get rid of how much I eat, but yeah, in terms of addiction, I think it is on a non-Ramadan day. So yeah, like get rid of whatever you guys can. Like either, as you said, smoking. Either it can be playing games. It can be listening to music. As you know, we haven't been listening to music. It can be watching movies. It can be all this stuff. Just if it isn't, if it's not doing you good, like obviously you don't need it in your life.
yeah, 100%. That's my tip of the day for today. So try to lose a bad habit, and whether that be small or big, just
Yeah,
make an effort to try and stop what you're doing, or stop whatever is consuming your time. And these types of addicting habits can be very time consuming for no reason,
yeah,
where you
yeah,
can spend your time being more productive. And
yeah.
Yeah, that's also one thing. So
Yeah. So let's get into like just a little bit like of the countries and how it was there. So we talked a little bit about Pakistan. It was obviously like the family. It was good.
yeah.
Recording all the time.
So
Yeah.
if you watched episode 4
Yeah.
of the one with Shamir, I, and Abrar did a really great job explaining the Pakistani sort of ties we
Ramadan.
have with Ramadan. And
Yeah.
if you haven't watched that, definitely go back and watch it, and it'll
Yeah.
explain a lot. It'll help you a lot to understand what we're going to talk about when we talk about other countries.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know how they see Ramadan is probably, and if you guys you watched the last one and you guys will understand more. I want to talk a little bit about Abu Dhabi. Like, for me, Abu Dhabi, Ramadan in Abu Dhabi was very different because most days I used to go and eat out with, like, I used to go to this mosque type of thing, right?
Hmm.
The guy who ran it, he was really nice, and um he used to like serve food for like the people fasting every Ramadan, and he was like a
Okay.
friend of my dad's or a friend of my grandpa. So it was really fun, and we'd have like fruits. It'd be healthy. So I think that's what I liked about the one in
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi. So yeah, and
So,
yeah,
do you think? I know it's a little bit off topic or
yeah,
a little bit different,
yeah.
but do you think Canada and America has a big difference in terms of how Ramadan is spent?
Um, spent like you mean during the days?
I just mean generally,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
as in you say that Abu Dhabi and Pakistan is slightly different. So is that
yeah.
slight difference in Canada and America as well?
I think there probably is. Like obviously, like at this point, you can't like we can't go to mosques anyways, and even
Yeah.
if we were able to, like I think people would like obviously they'd go, but it it's hard to go to every prayer since it's like really far away. So I think that's a huge difference between all these countries and Ramadan. What about you? What do you think on that? Because
Yeah.
obviously
So
you've lived in both, right?
yeah. So having lived in both Canada and America,
Yeah.
um, I would say the first Ramadan doesn't really count in terms of this opinion because we were still uh freshly moved here. We
Yeah.
didn't really have a Islamic community in terms of a friend
Right.
group.
Right.
So it was very, I guess, a little bit of a lonely Ramadan,
Okay.
sadly.
Yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. Obviously, if you're moving like from
Yeah.
a different country and you don't know anyone, and obviously like Texas isn't like I don't think it's populated with that many Muslims, and
Yeah, no, it does have their Muslim communities
yeah,
here,
yeah,
but
yeah. Obviously,
obviously not as much as some
yeah,
other places.
and obviously like Canada is pretty diverse, so we have like a lot of brown communities and Muslim communities in general. So yeah, like
Yeah.
obviously I can understand that like how you felt in that difference. So yeah.
Yeah, but then this Ramadan and including the past Ramadan, I think it's very quite very very similar, if not basically the same thing.
As Canada?
As in, yeah,
Okay.
other than I think in Canada, a few for most of the Ramadans I didn't have school except for maybe
Okay.
one or two Ramadans I had school
Okay.
then,
Okay.
and it was roughly the same, man.
Okay.
The people, but since I haven't experienced high school in Canada
Yeah,
either,
right, right, yeah.
it's totally different Ramadan in junior high and Ramadan in high school.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously like you know more people in high school. So there's a higher chance
Yeah,
of meeting more Muslims. So it makes that easy that
yeah,
makes it easier, I'd say. So yeah.
yeah. So in at the end of the day, I mean, they're both around the same thing in terms of life and sort of day-to-day activities.
So is there anything like specific you'd say about Canada? Or Ramadan in Canada? Anything specific?
Uh, specific. Man, we used to fast till like 10, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like long, long days.
Yeah.
Fast at, and it would start at 3 a.m.
Yeah, and
That's
we're lucky this one this Ramadan it's from 4 to 9, so it's a little bit easier. But yeah, I remember 3 to 10. Uh, that Ramadan was the hardest of my life, and probably will be one of the hardest in my life.
it's like absolutely
But I think,
cruel in a way,
yeah,
almost.
yeah, but I think the longer days in a different way, they're also fun, in my opinion, because I think you're more relaxed the whole day, and you're just like, I guess you're submitting and you're praying a lot, and I don't know, you just have more time to like to relax. I guess I'd say.
Yeah, I mean that is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So Canada, just I guess longer days, pretty much. Yeah.
Longer days, pretty much. Other than that, I guess there was a basketball gym in my mosque
Yeah.
here now,
Yeah.
so I guess you can add basketball. But then over there was different activities.
So
Not necessarily like soccer or basketball, but
right.
other fun stuff in the
So
mosque.
so as in U.S., what do you want to say about like Ramadan in U.S. other than like it's pretty similar to Canada? I take that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the opinion against Muslims is
Yeah.
um very what's the right word? It's
Strong.
very exaggerated, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, you know, America seems to other nations as a very discriminative
Yeah.
kind of country that white superior and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not really like that. It
Okay.
is. I mean, very very few situations you'll get like that, and
Okay.
especially the area I'm living in, we're all different types of people from different types of places, all having
Yeah.
fun and doing our day-to-day things as if
Okay.
it doesn't matter, and that makes it more fun. But also having a Muslim group, and obviously there is that sort of thing where the white kids hang out with white kids and the black
Yeah.
kids hang out with black kids, but
Yeah.
it's it's more or less the same as Canada,
Okay. Okay. That.
which is which is how it's going to be. That's you can't really change that too much.
No, obviously not. But like even so yesterday or yeah, last night pretty much, this morning, I saw a video of I think I sent it to you, some guy in his truck, and who lives in Alberta, right? This guy, so it
Yeah.
was our first day of Ramadan for us, right? And he
Hmm.
it was a guy in Edmonton, and this guy obviously like he's being pretty racist against us, and he thought like we were in social distancing and we were going to the mosque, and
Yeah.
obviously like that's our religion, but we didn't end up showing there, and he was being pretty racist. But thing is, like, wherever you go, there's going to be people that have that are like that, and obviously some places have more than others, but yeah,
Hmm.
like I think as you said, like us has a bigger I guess what's it called? What's the word? Like it shows that, or people think that U.S. has bigger discrimination against Muslims, and I guess you think it's
Yeah.
not as bad as people think.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I guess you have to see for yourself, right?
Yeah. You have to experience it yourself, and the sad thing is only the extremely negative experiences make headlines or
Yeah,
media,
yeah,
and which is obviously fair because they need headlines, they need a
yeah, yeah,
job.
yeah.
So I guess that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, it's a lot more good than actually bad in a lot of these places.
All right, that's pretty good then. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
our Ramadan experiences in all these different countries.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the questions.
So today we're gonna keep it short with the questions. Only one good
Yeah.
question today.
All right.
And the question is, would you move to Pakistan or UAE
Mm-hmm.
after given the knowledge of the difference of Ramadans and that stuff after high school?
So which one would I pick if I had to?
Would you move to either of those countries?
I think It's not. It's not as obviously. It's not as simple. It's not that simple. But
Yeah.
because obviously, like
I mean, if you were,
yeah,
if you were given a job over there, you're
yeah,
making $100,000 a year there,
yeah,
and you're making $100,000 a year here.
yeah, yeah,
Would you, you know, okay, maybe a little bit more in Pakistan, but
yeah,
would you move there? In terms of, would you like to experience
yeah, yeah,
that style of life, that quality of life,
yeah.
or would you just stick to what you know best?
I think obviously since I've lived in Abu Dhabi and since UAE and obviously visited in Pakistan, I think my heart is like always there's gonna be a little bit of peace where I always want to go back to Abu Dhabi. So I think yeah, I would pick that. And it's it's really hot. There's beaches and Ramadans. Like obviously you can go to mosques and everything all the time there. So that's pretty fun. One sec. Yeah. So your camera closed, but that was technical difficulties. So what about you? I think I think I'd pick Abu Dhabi. What about you?
That is tough, man. That's a really tough question.
Yeah, and obviously like you've lived here your whole life almost, and for you,
Yeah,
it is home, right? So yeah,
I think I'll have to, because I haven't lived there longer than a year, so I don't
yeah,
know long term exactly. I've only
yeah.
visited there,
Okay.
so I don't know long term what I'm in for really. So I have to pick. I'm probably gonna stay home where what I know best.
The thing is, like for you, this is home. For me, I don't think Canada or US will ever be home for me. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I still feel distant from like the Muslim culture and stuff. And obviously, I
But
don't
then,
have. Yeah.
side note,
You can't.
England is somehow,
Yeah.
yeah. Then
No, bro.
England is
Listen.
somehow this place is
Listen.
he's never even seen it. He's never seen it in his life, and he says that's his home.
Listen. There's a difference because inshallah I'll be there one day soon. but the difference is like I feel like because uh the UK like the London has a English mayor or I mean has a Pakistani mayor anyways. So I think that just makes it feel like home. You know what I mean?
It has one Pakistani mayor, like one.
Nah,
Like
bro.
there's hundreds of mayors. It has one.
Listen. No, but like on a real note, like UK does have a lot of like Pakistanis and British Pakistanis, and I think that's why I feel like if I were to go there, maybe it'd feel more like home than US or Canada, in my opinion. But obviously, like I haven't experienced it there, I haven't lived there, so obviously, if that happens, inshallah, one day, then we can talk about this again, and
Okay, for sure.
we'll see where we stand. But yeah.
So on that note, let's wrap it up for today.
Yeah, today was a little short. Also, we're gonna be taking like a few breaks here and there. We've been putting in a lot of work, and thank you for the people who watch. I know a few of my friends watch this, and I hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode and the last few episodes. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna
Yeah,
be a good episode also. So yeah, make sure to tune
yeah, 100%. Make sure to like it, share it, send it to your friends,
in. Yeah,
and most importantly, try to implement the tip of the day and just spread positivity and become a better person yourself
yeah,
and become a better Muslim if you're Muslim. So
yeah. But yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
that's all I got for today, folks.
All right, Allah Hafiz.
Assalamualikum.
In a bit.